Hello Virgo, thank you very much for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the They Lima Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, the magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Alright, let's see what we have here. Let's see where we go. It's like right here. Okay, so when you're whatever you're coming into, the situation is you're not happy with the situation coming into it. And when I'm getting the Five of Wands for you, I almost feel like you're very conflicted about even being involved with it. It's kind of like, it's almost like out of obligation. You feel like you need to, you have to. You don't really like the situation is what I'm getting. Something here is just very distasteful for you. It's just, if I didn't have to be a part of it, I wouldn't. But you need to, and you're kind of looking at it like, I need to be here, I need to do this. And what I'm getting here is that even though you're not happy with it, and you're feeling like you have to do it, you're actually doing you're doing your best to just kind of go through the motions and just work through the situation. You really are kind of trying to work it out in this. Well, I don't want to say work it out. Just try to work through it. You're just trying to. I feel like you're just trying to survive through it right now. To be honest, kind of like, I got to be here. It's not about improving, but it's not about getting away from it either. It's just kind of what it is right now. Because the situation of what I'm getting here is, it's very, like the aggravation, the part that you don't like, it's not a major thing, or I shouldn't say it's not a major thing. It's not really changing, but it's almost like a clock ticking in the background. It's always there. It's a constant thing. It's not I don't want to say it's the main part of the situation, but it's just constantly there, and it's something you really don't like. It's just like that clock ticking in the background. It's just always there, just always there. Now, I feel what you're trying to do now is trying to just accept it for what it is. As you keep going forward, you have the Emperor on your side. I feel like you're taking this moment to breathe. You're evaluating the whole situation. If this reading is hitting, I really feel like you're having this opinion that you cannot get out of this situation. It's just, this is what it is. This is what I have to deal with. And I feel like what you're doing at this point is you're just kind of like, can I treat it as if it's just an annoyance? Like, can I just let it fade into the background, just deal with it when I have to, and just ignore it otherwise? Can I do that? Is that something that I can do? Because I feel like this annoyance in the background is something that maybe you have tried to fix before, and it just doesn't seem to get better. And you're kind of like, instead of messing with it anymore and possibly making it worse because it just never seems to get better, maybe I could just like deal with it when I have to, and then ignore it when I don't. Maybe that's my choice. Maybe that's the best I can do with this for right now, at least. Maybe just for right now, but that's where you're standing. The Emperor on your side is like, you're really just trying to get a hold of the situation just so you can live through it, just so you can deal with it the best you can. Now, when I'm getting this coming into the situation, I do feel like you're just handling it when you have to and just ignoring it when you don't. For right now, in the center here, I'm getting it's making it a little better for you. You're not centering on it. If you don't have to really deal with it directly, you're just ignoring it. It's that clock ticking in the background. It is what it is. So for at the moment, you're just kind of like, you're better. You're feeling a little better about it because it's not consuming your thoughts. I wouldn't say you love it, but you're kind of like, you're feeling better about the situation. Now, when you're pulling back, this is having a very interesting effect on the situation. Because literally, I feel like you're ignoring it when you don't have to deal with it. It's not bothering you like it did. I just feel like you seem to be having a little bit of a reprieve, a little bit of a moment to breathe. You're feeling a lot better. And you're getting the Justice card on your side. Because when you're disconnecting, if this is a person I feel like they're not getting from you what they want. They really want to aggravate you. That seems to be like a motivator. They like getting your goat. They like getting you going. So the fact that it doesn't seem to be working anymore, you seem to be desensitizing yourself from it. You're shutting right off from it. When you don't have to deal with it, I feel you're shutting right off from it. But when you do, you just, whatever you have to do, you do what you have to do. It's almost like my crazy cat, which I love my cat though. And I love him. He goes knocking around things. But when he starts getting in his moods where he knocks things over, the more I go to pick things up, I swear, the more he knocks things over. But if I let him knock one or two things over and just leave it there for an hour or so, he doesn't want to do it anymore because I'm not playing his game. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening here. Like, you're just kind of like, I'm not running around to pick up all these little messes. And then the person knocking things over, causing problems, is getting bored with it because they're not getting that stimulation from you. Justice is coming. And the other person, if this is another person for you, is getting very frustrated and is very upset and looking for somebody else to satisfy what they want. If you're dealing with an aggravating person, if that's what this is about for you, because this is a general read, when you stop really playing into it, it seems to put a lot of stress on them. Because they're starting to realize that not only are you not amused with the situation, but you're disconnecting from them, which seems to bother them. This seems to be the best way to handle this, because I feel like you're having an effect here. You're having an effect on this person that you don't like what they're doing, so you're disconnecting, and it seems to be putting the stress on them because they're not getting what they want. So if they were doing it just to like somehow get closer to you or just get your attention, they're not getting that anymore, and they don't like that. So I feel like the less reactive you are to it, the better it feels for you. The better it is for the situation, because it doesn't feel very healthy, to be honest. This is what comes in next, and these cards coming a little bit jacked up like this for a reason. First thing that comes in is Harvest off to the side, and then Strength off to the side, like that. Like they're a little off balance. But what I'm getting is like this person, if it's a person for you, is just they need something else to amuse themselves. You're not doing it for them anymore. You're not doing it for this person. They're not feeling like they're getting anything out of the situation like they were before. And the Strength is a little cockeyed too here, because I feel like they're picking themselves up and finding somebody else to pester. But it's a little askew, because I'm just like, I wouldn't say this was the best thing in their life to do. Instead of just stopping annoying people, they just decide they're going to look for somebody else to annoy. And I feel that they're also trying to play some games, like they're trying to suck you into their game again, trying to get you to pick up the messes again, trying to get you to play again. I feel you holding your ground, realizing, I feel like you got the point really strong. Like the less you play, the less annoying they are, the less of a problem they are. The less you engage in it, the less it can bother you, the less that they want to. You're holding your ground. And I feel like this person is trying one last ditch effort, really doing their best to really get your goat and pull you into the game. They really want to pull you back into this game. It feels like a mental game, honestly. I don't feel you're falling for it. I feel like you're really seeing it for what it is, and you're like, oh no, I know how this goes. I play, the more I play, the worse you get. I'm good. Thank you. Eventually this will end. This situation actually does end, is what I'm getting. And I don't feel like you're expecting it to, but I also feel like you're not against it ending either. You got the Judgment card, and I feel like it's judgment in both your favors. Now, I feel like that might sound a little crazy because of how this person is, but it's judgment in your favor because you get released from the ridiculousness. So it's judgment in your favor because you're disconnecting yourself, you're not playing anymore. Eventually, this situation moves on. Now, I think it's judgment in this person's favor too, because they are going towards somebody else. But the person they're going towards is gonna give it right back to them what they're giving. So, from whatever angle if they're just rotten, if they are just rotten, they're gonna get somebody who's gonna be rotten right back to them, and that's judgment in their favor because that's what they deserve. So, it's gonna balance out. If it's just like they're a mischievous person and that's what they like, that's what makes them happy to just mess with people, they're gonna get somebody who plays their game right back with them, and I feel like it might be a weird thing, but they might enjoy somebody actually messing with them just as much as they mess with people. So wherever they go on to, I feel like it's not a worry of yours. I feel like you're going to be happy because the situation will move on, because you're not playing anymore. This person is bored, which I feel like you would be like, good, go play with somebody else. Go go mess with somebody else. Thank you. Somebody who wants you to. Anything else? I think that's it. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.